Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for my Dadbod to Daddy training series with my client Alex. But if you guys would please click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you aren't following or subscribed, please do so. And if you would be so kind as to drop me a comment down below, I would also greatly appreciate that. All right, Alex is one of my longer term clients. You guys have seen a little bit of his transformation stuff. He's one of the guys who, he's going to eat pretty healthy, but he is pretty much what we're talking about with the Dadbod guy. Right? He doesn't care about being really ripped. He is going to lean out a little bit. He's actually doing a little bit of a slow cut finally. We haven't really ever cut, but he lost 4 inches off of his waist while gaining 3 pounds and putting 100 pounds on his squat and deadlift. So we'll take it. So right now, though, because again, super busy guy. Again, dad, late 30s, married, kids, full-time career, has a band. Actually really good guitarist, super helpful to me when I first started playing guitar again. Like, he gave me a bunch of pointers because he has actual background in music theory. So some people are like, man, you got pretty good pretty fast. He actually was very helpful, and I appreciate that. So again, you become friends with your clients. Like, he sent me material and stuff and gave me really good helpful stuff. So again, it's also like, hey man, thanks for the gains. But in his case, we train 3 days a week. That's all he has time for, right? So we do a push-pull legs right now. When he had a little more time, we did a 4-day upper lower. But now he does kind of like my dad bod transformation stuff. And I got one of my real life friends doing the same thing too. Super busy guy. He has less time than Alex. Like, he's like, dude, I got 30 minutes 3 days a week. Dude, I have him on a push-pull legs. So when I say 30 minutes, like one of my bros, I'm like, 3 sets of bench, 3 sets of pullovers with a dumbbell, 3 sets of rope press downs, get out. I mean, it's really like that, right? His training is really like that. So in his case, though, we have flat bench, and we usually do a heavier set of around 3 to 5. Then we do back off work, shooting for about 8 to 10 for a couple sets. Then he does 3 sets of incline, 3 sets of overhead press, 3 sets of extensions, right? 12 sets. Most of his workouts are about 12 sets. Set for this pull day. So we have the pull day next. We usually do a heavy single on the deadlift. I've been slowly taking it back up. Then it's 3 sets of weighted pull-ups, rows, laterals, barbell curls. Okay, but again, notice the posterior strength here overall. He's really good at good mornings. He's in the 300s for reps. All right, we do weighted pull-ups. Okay. So again, we focus a lot on those go muscles, just like we would say with a power lifter. And why? Why we do all that? Because things like lats, traps, glutes, hamstrings, these are things that you want, those go muscles. It's because we want guys to be a little thicker. We want them to be stronger. We want to be able to pick stuff up. Okay? We want to be generally useful. Right? So when we talk about kind of a little bit of a dad bod transformation, you think about what we're looking at here. Guys need to look pretty thick in a t-shirt. They need to be functional. They need to have good sized arms in the t-shirt. So a lot of what you're looking for in that sort of transformation, guys need to be strong though. And they need to be strong. But they still need to look decent in a t-shirt. So guys are standing around, doing dad stuff, and they're in some cargo shorts and t-shirts and whatever. They got to look good. The other guy's like, oh man, I can tell you lift, bro. That's what we're shooting for. That's what we want for this, and that can be done in this. 12 sets 3 times a week, right? This is like an hour, tops, right? But we can get a lot done, and we still build every muscle. So the same thing. Look at this other upper body stuff. Right, we do a deadlift, which obviously helps with just overall strength development. The 3 sets of pull-ups, 3 sets of rows. I mean, that covers a lot. Only thing that's been left out a little bit is side delt and some bicep, which we finish with an isolation. Laterals, curls. Okay, we're done. Easy. All right, lower body day, very straightforward. We do 3 sets of squats. Right now he's doing these work sets of 315. All right, and for him, we just do a nice normal power squat. We had some problems with his elbows. He's teaching him to pull down on the bar more. He's like, yeah, it's working. We're having a little bit too much chicken winging happen. But now that's been corrected. But here's what we want. Nice 315 deep power squats for work sets. Okay, so we did 3x5 with that this week. Again, lower body strength and development. Like, honestly, you could get away with just doing that. I have a little extra quad work for him because he doesn't have machines, but we get away with doing that. Same thing, we could do these good mornings. It's 315 also. He's up to, we're up to 315 for sets of 10 on these. Okay, so posterior chain strength. Same thing I would say to the dad bods, the dad guys. His bedroom muscle right there, right? Think about it. So again, this is what we want. We just want to be thick. We want to be strong. You got to look good when you're in a t-shirt, right? Got to have some leg because, again, we need to be strong. So then, because we need a little more than just 3 sets for our quads, he doesn't have any real machines. Right now, we've just been doing lunges. I may take him over to some split squats with the barbell later just to change it up. But I'm not as worried about overuse of some of this high rep stuff, and I'm not worried about it because our volumes are really low. Again, 6 sets of muscle group, not a lot. And normally, because he can only train 3 days, people say, why don't you ever do this similar to what you have to do? It's just a little more complete because it's 4 days, right? It's 4 days a week. He didn't have the time for it right now. So we make the 3 work. And sometimes these don't all get done and they get slowed down to the next week, but we're still getting results. And I think that's the point that we have to remember with all that. All right, that's the point we have to remember. So we have the lunges, then we finish up with reverse hypers, which you guys know I'm a massive fan of the reverse hyper. This is not an optional exercise. I believe everyone should have access to one of these. It keeps you in the game. Also the same thing, if you're going to do heavy good mornings like he's doing, this is a lifesaver. It will give you the restoration to recover from all that, right? And in his case, we don't get low back pain. We have super strong low back, super strong glutes, hamstrings, all that stuff. All those things we need to stay healthy. Like, so again, you want to talk about longevity. There's your combination. That's your combination for those. This is his original testimonial. I've got it thrown up there. Then you guys will see the transformation where he's gained 3 pounds total. All right, he's gained 3 pounds while losing about 4 inches off the waist. Completely different size shorts and jeans. So again, that's been pretty successful because you figure 4 inches off the waist, that means we've lost over 10 pounds of fat, but we're heavier. I'll take it, and a lot stronger. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.